Hey guys, welcome back to my video blog. Getting her to say I do is I take you guys with me on my journey to finding a wife, a girlfriend, a helpmate, a good thing. Um, it's been about a month, and we had Thanksgiving. Probably should have did something for Thanksgiving. I said I was gonna come back and tell you guys about some crazy stuff that's been going on, but I missed it. Anyway, we had Thanksgiving, spent time with the family, great time, hung out, went to Texas, enjoyed it. Um, it was fun, had so much fun. So I finished counseling maybe a little over a month ago, or about a month ago, which is really dope. Super excited about that. And when I finished this little counseling thing, I was like, I learned some stuff. I gained some knowledge about some stuff. I learned some stuff that I already knew, and it was absolutely helpful. It dealt with a lot of stuff, and I learned how to deal with some other stuff. But for the most part, I didn't really need to go to counseling. They told me a lot of stuff that I'd already understood and already knew. It just kind of validated some stuff. But I did gain one great perspective whenever I finished. There is nothing wrong with me. Nothing whatsoever. So whenever this probably been like the hardest breakup that I've ever been through. But when we went through this breakup, like it was super difficult because I had planned to spend the rest of my life with this person. We had talked about it, things like that. We were talking about rings and engagement and stuff like that. And and then when it happened, like for me, I felt like it happened rather quickly, but for her, I think it was kind of a me continuing to do the same thing. She was like, I'm not dealing with you anymore, type thing. But for me, it happened super quick, and it caught me off guard. I was like, dang. And there was no like, you know how people have messy breakups and stuff like that. It wasn't messy or anything like that. It was just like, well, dang. And I kept thinking like, man, there's something wrong with me. Like, am I, what is it? Because, whatever. And one thing that continued to come up was that the way that we handled situations was completely different. I am a confrontational person. And she's very non-confrontational, and a lot of women are non-confrontational. A whole lot of women are confrontational. Confrontational means tending to deal with situations in an aggressive way, hostile or argumentative. There's this little thing going out for expanding the definition, and this absolutely needs to be expanded. Confrontational. To me, confrontational does not have to be a negative title or a negative character trait. For me, if you're a confrontational person, that means that you see an issue and you address it. It doesn't have to be mean. You don't have to be rude or hateful or spiteful, but why would you allow a situation to continue on if it's causing you discomfort or causing you strife or causing you issue? Why would you allow for it to go on? It's like somebody continuing to thump you in the back of your head over and over and over. And the passive person would probably just walk away. I can understand that. But for me, if you thumping me in the back of my head, I might give you one time to thump me. And then on the second time, I'm finna figure out what's going on and we gonna address this. Because this should not be happening. Like, this should not be happening. And for me, that's what confrontational means. That you address an issue or you bring an issue up so that you can deal with it rather than pushing it away or not dealing with it. And I understand this. So I have a friend. We play basketball together. And a lot of places that I go, he goes. A lot of places he goes, I go. I hit him up like, hey, you hooping? So we'll go to the same spot. He'll be going to a spot for a month or 2 months and never get into it with anybody whatsoever. He's like super like, whatever. I don't care. Not me. I can go to the spot, and the first time that I'm there, I'm getting into it with someone. It's not that I'm like arguing, like literally, like the entire time that like this year, since I've been single, I think I've gotten into like 3 disagreements, and it's been like 9 months. And all of them centered around basketball, but that happens. But people will try and manipulate and force the game to go their way. And there are people who just let stuff go, and I'm getting there. I'm not quite there yet, but I'm getting there. But if there's an issue, I'm not, because like when you're playing basketball, you work hard and you're trying to win so you can stay on the court, right? And if somebody's cheating or manipulating the game or bending the rules for their benefit, like it's not fair to you or to your teammates. So I'm not gonna just let you do it. I'm like, hey, let's play straight up. That's just kind of how I'm like, let's play the game straight. And the same thing in relationships. If you're in a relationship with somebody and they're doing something that you don't like, you absolutely can go on in your relationship and never say anything. But why would you want to? If you're in a relationship with someone and they respect you and they love you and they value you, it's not that they're doing what you tell them to do, but it's them regarding and respecting you enough not to do things that make you upset or would cause friction or issue in your relationship. Now, there are things that are completely out of line, like trying to make somebody change the way that they dress or the way that they talk or the people that they hang out with. Now, obviously, you're influencing them because you love them and you care about them, but there are other things that are completely in line with something that you would ask somebody to do or that you would desire for them to do. I'm not going to say any of that because I'm still maturing and I'm growing in a lot of respects in regards to that, but that's something that I've learned that I have to pick my battles. Um, and I always hear happy wife, happy life, and that's probably why I ain't got no wife because I'm not there yet. I'm not going for it. I'm gonna let you know, like, hey, let's not do it that way. Let's do it a different way. Um, but I'm not quite there yet. But I don't want to be in a relationship where I'm constantly upset or frustrated because somebody's choosing to do something that I don't like, that I've expressed to them that I don't like. And this is where communication comes in, and it's so key and it's so pertinent that you let them know how you feel about situations and things. And there are some things that you just have to get over, like, hey, that's just the way that they are. And there are some things that you absolutely need to address, and there needs to be a respect given, some give and take given both ways for that. So confrontation is not necessarily a bad thing. But I cannot stand when people disappear. Like, ghosting is the thing now. It has been for several years. Like, people will get upset about something and vanish, just be gone. Danny Phantom disappeared, and I'm like, if we talk about the situation, it can be resolved in a matter of moments, right? But you want to like create a whole fight that's gonna last a whole week, and I'm bad about this. Like when I'm confrontational, I get mad and I do become a jerk. And it's usually not the first time; it's usually a couple times after it's gone on. And I think that may drive some people away. But some people just any confrontation they disappear and they vanish. And neither one of these extremes are healthy. The non-confrontational person or the confrontational person, neither one extreme is healthy. There needs to be a fine line in the middle. Like if you know the person that you're dealing with is non-confrontational, don't make it a confrontation. Like, hey, I heard this one person. They said if there's a situation and we need to talk, we put roses on the table. And if the roses are on the table, that means that we need to talk. The thing about roses, roses only stay alive for a couple of days. So if it's on there, like, hey, we need to talk about this. This is important. Let's get to it now. And you both have a mutual understanding, and you're preparing yourself. Like you need to know. The Bible says that you deal with your wife according to understanding. I'm a Christian. I love God. We need scripture. So if you're a man and you're confrontational and your wife is unconfrontational, non-confrontational, she don't like it, then you need to learn how to approach the situation where she's not feeling attacked by the way that you word things, by the way that you say things. Don't make you statements. You need to be direct in what you're saying, but don't be like you always on and stuff like that. And if you're a non-confrontational person and you're dealing with something that's confrontational, you need to be able to approach them in a timely way when you're comfortable with approaching them and not make them like hunt for you and have to find you. There needs to be a common ground that you're coming to in relationships. But I'm here to tell you, confrontation is not a bad thing. Without confrontation, there is no growth. Without confrontation, like iron sharpens iron, there has to be a confrontation, a rubbing, a dealing with and addressing. Because without that, you're not growing. You're not maturing. You're not learning each other. You're not overcoming things. If you always sweep stuff under the rug, that's where bitterness comes in. That's where hate comes in. You start to despise the person that you with. But when you're open about what's going on and you talk about it and you share, that is absolutely that's how you grow in a relationship. So, I had a date last week. Didn't work out, but I did get Wi-Fi, and I got 2 tubs of ice cream, so I'm good. I'm good on this single thing for right now. But I do absolutely. I want a wife sometime soon. still miss my ex. I do, and that's probably why I'm not dating yet. I'm still in love with her. It's probably not gonna go anywhere, but I'm still in love with her, so I can't pursue another relationship when I still have my heart desiring her. So that's kind of where I'm at right now, but everything's been good. I'm definitely, we're getting ready to go into the new year. Perspective and vision for what we're gonna do. I'm planning on doing a vision board with some of my friends, so I'm super excited about that. And also planning some stuff out. So I'm going to the next year, killing stuff. I'm ready for it, excited. Also open to. I met a lot of new people, new women. There's women everywhere, absolutely everywhere, and I think all of y'all are amazing. You're beautiful, but I'm just not there yet, so I'm not really entertaining anybody. But yeah, I think that's it, man. But you guys keep following me. If you have any questions, concerns, anything you want to talk about or address, let me know. I definitely will give you an answer about what's going on here. And again, my name is Carvel Wren. Thank you guys for coming and checking us out at Getting Her to Say I Do, my journey to finding a wife. You guys have a good night.